Yes, the recording is on. Anything that you learned which is new, you applied or something, or you learned about an older company, or whatever your inference is of anything related to the markets, investing.
No, maybe especially with the budget, how we are a little bit, yeah, at least for long-term perspective, right? We need to pay more. So that is one discussion for this week, entire week.
Budget has been a pain, to be honest, for
Yeah.
equity investors for sure. I mean, straight away we lost 25% of the capital gain, 2.5% of the
Yeah.
capital gain without any grandfathering. It's a pain. That that is for sure. And I mean, I just don't understand the logic of keep on taxing people who are already paying taxes.
Yeah.
The idea was to increase the tax rate, which is not happening in any way. And apart from that, industry-wise, I didn't see much. I mean, to be honest, it was disappointing on the individual front. So I could not actually go and analyze anything worthy. If you have analyzed something, please feel free to share. Let me just bring him, Adri. Okay. He says he'll join in a few minutes. So I think we should get going. Yeah. So anything that you would like to share about your analysis of the budget or anything? Okay. So we'll get on to the session then. Till now, what we have covered is analysis. Okay. Now we are delving into valuation. And I call it business valuation for a reason, not stock valuation or company valuation, because the idea is to value the business that is underlying, that is behind the company or the stock. Okay. Hence business valuation. If we were to write an equation for investment management, investment analysis plus investment valuation plus portfolio management, wherein investment analysis forms 49% of the game, portfolio management forms another 49% of the game, and investment valuation or business valuation forms only 2% of the game. Anybody who agrees, disagrees with this, because a lot of literature is written about valuation. There are pages and pages for valuation. Do you have any thoughts about this is my opinion. This is not hard and fast fact. Okay. This is my opinion. So feel free to challenge it.
Basically, whatever jobs are also basically they are into valuations only, into equity
Okay.
research, basically.
Right.
And I think what they are looking for is just to do some calculations.
Okay.
Uh, Basically, investment analysis is an what we said when just you said previously, just like if you want to buy an apple, we will just go through 3 to 4 stores, vendors, and check its quality, which is its important process. And
Correct.
valuation is just like it's an rate. Is it worth to buy or not?
Yeah.
That you said in the previous sessions.
Correct. Okay. Thank you, Pranay. Thank you for the inputs. Srikanth, you were saying something.
Yeah, maybe I want to contradict about this point,
Sorry.
investment valuation too. No, I would like to contradict on this point. In investment valuation, might be, I mean, or should be given a more weightage. The reason, with my experience, right?
I'm sorry, you're not audible clearly, Srikanth.
Mm.
Could you
Is
speak
audible?
Sorry.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay, fine, good. See, from my point of view, I think we should give more weightage to investment valuation. Maybe
Okay.
you can correct me, but with my experience, right? See, whatever the business, if it is good or if it is very good, whatever it may be, if you buy it at a higher valuation, example, right?
Right.
Then you need to wait for a longer time to get the how do you call the X number of 2x, 3x, whatever it may be.
Correct.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, basically the entire returns, whatever we think as returns, right, is all depends on how much you buy. I mean, what is the value you bought. Based on that only, it depends. That's my point of view.
Right. Okay. So what you are saying is 100% correct. When we are talking about valuation here, so what you are saying will be a part of portfolio management. So whether you decide to buy it or not, investment valuation, when we say investment valuation or business valuation, we are not talking about the buying price. We are
Okay.
talking about the process of valuing.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So what I'm trying to say here is whether you choose to buy or not is part of portfolio management at a given price. Whereas doing the calculation for valuation is what we are referring here.
Okay, got it.
And
Got it. Okay. I
you
understand. Basically, what is the worth of this business? The
correct.
calculation. Okay.
Exactly. So more literature has been written about how to calculate and different methods about calculating a business than about whether it is judicious to buy it at a certain level or not.
Yeah, correct.
And even if text is written, people don't follow it.
Correct. Thank you.
Right? Okay. So tell me one thing. I was about to ask some question. It just skipped my brain. Um, Hiral, you want to contribute something?
Yeah, actually, I was also confused with that only. Investment valuation. What about investment? What it is? If it is the buying price,
Now,
then correct. Yes, it is clear now.
feel free to ask Hiral whenever you have a doubt. आपको
हाँ
जब भी
हाँ
लगे आप पूछो,
करेक्ट.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
मैं सोच ही रही थी बट वो लोग दोनों बोल रहे थे तो मेरा प्रोसेस चल रहा था वैसे ही बट आपने क्लियर कर दिया ओवरऑल. करेक्ट.
See, okay, cool. Now that we understand things, do we agree on this opinion that 49% respectively is investment analysis and 2% is investment valuation, the process? Would you agree to that? Yes, no, maybe.
पोर्टफोलियो मैनेजमेंट में क्या आएगा?
Good question. Portfolio management हम next session में cover करेंगे, but I'll tell you क्या क्या आएगा. पहला चीज, whether you should go ahead and buy something at a certain price or not. Pehla. And if you're buying, and if, for example, the total money that you have is 100 rupees, out of that 100 rupees, how much are you willing to put on one particular bet or one particular company or one particular business? And how do you, how does that weight change over a period in time?
Correct. It is like
Is what is
product mix
portfolio
when
management.
we choose which company to invest, how much weightage, how much weight we give.
Right. First is whether you should invest in that company at the price or not. Is the first question. The second question is
Correct.
whether
Okay.
how much weightage should you give to that company? Should you give 2%, 5%, 8%, 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%, 40%, 50%? How much?
Correct.
Now I have a question for you. Now the question has returned. The question is, will you value anything and everything? There are 7,000 odd companies listed in the Indian markets. Should you be valuing all the 7,000 companies or
No.
not?
No.
I got your answer, Hiral. Shrikant,
No,
you said
that
something?
my answer is also no.
Okay, I got your answer. Pranay,
No, no.
so which ones will you value then?
Those we have
Means
selected, analyzed.
analyzed.
Only those that pass your analysis ka channi or analysis
Correct.
ka filter,
Mm.
right? Only that you're going to sort of go ahead and value the process of valuation. Okay. And just because you have valued a business doesn't mean that you will invest in it.
No.
No, right?
No.
We don't marry everyone we date,
No.
do we?
Yeah.
No. Or everyone we see. Similarly, we don't buy everything that we value. Okay. On that note, let's get started. Okay. The question is, if you are to buy 1 kg potato, I'm not using apple, Pranay, sorry. Inflation बढ़ गया है, the budget has been tough, so I'm using potatoes. If you are to buy 1 kg potato, how will you decide how much is 1 kg? अगर आपको 1 kg आलू खरीदना है, आप कैसे डिसाइड करोगे कि इतना आलू 1 kg है? पटाटा, आलू जो बोलो. How will you decide? Simple, straightforward method, right? What do you do?
वेइंग स्केल पे डालकर.
Correct. So आप उसे weighing scale पे डालोगे. ठीक है? एक साइड आप आलू डालोगे, दूसरे साइड आप 1 किलो का वेट डालोगे. करेक्ट? Logical, straightforward. Now, what is similar to 1 kg weight in investing? That's a very simple yet very profound question. What is your benchmark or barometer in investing that is sort of equivalent to 1 kg? Yes, Pranay.
The parameters which we have benchmark, which we have framed up.
वो तो एनालिसिस है. अभी हम वैल्यूएशन की बातें कर रहे हैं. एनालिसिस आपने कर ली, मीडियन, आउटलायर सब देख लिया, पॉजिटिव आउटलायर, नेगेटिव आउटलायर सब देखा. नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट वैल्यूइंग. What do you compare a company's return to? Shrikant, I think you can answer it. My question is, what is the 1 kg equivalent in investing? By that, I mean a company will generate
Yeah.
10% return or 15% return. What is it that you are going to compare that 10 or 15% to?
Yeah, maybe most popular one, maybe it might not be the correct. The most popular is P ratio, not normally. The P ratio.
Fair enough.
That like that we
To be
can
honest,
define more also.
okay. So you can tell me that's a very good point that you brought up. P ratio. Does P ratio actually make sense logically?
No. That's what I
Can
mentioned popularly. Popularly, people think that is right, but that's not the right way.
Correct.
That's my,
Correct. So, but a variant of P ratio can make a lot of sense.
yeah, correct.
What is that variant of P ratio? See, okay. Forget P ratio. For now, just keep that in the back of your mind, all of you. Tell me, if a company is expected to generate 12% return, is it good, bad, ugly, nice, not good, average, above average, below average?
Average.
Average. Okay. Pranay, Hiral?
Not average, below average, I would say.
Fair enough. Got your answer. Thank you, Shrikant. Pranay?
Depends, I think.
ए भाई, मेरे को ना ऐसा आंसर नहीं देने का, डिपेंड्स। यहाँ मैं तेरे को आई लव यू नहीं बोल रहा है। आई एम किडिंग, ओके, बट sorry. So tell me, sorry, Hiral,
Below average.
below average. Okay. Pranay, what do you think? ठीक है, प्रणय ने डिपेंड्स कहा, and depends also is one good answer. I'll tell you why. When you said below average, what is the average in your head? When you said below average, what is the average in your head?
15.
Around
15%. Okay. What is 15%? Why do you say 15%? Is it because you like 15 as a number, or
No, because 12% we will anywhere get it minimum. I feel if you think as a business perspective, so above 12 should be expected at least.
how did you come to 15? Okay. You will get it anywhere. Who told you? Do you have any historical
Analysis.
record? Yes, Hiraf.
By analysis only. By analysis. By analysis, we come to know.
Okay. ओके, 15% रिटर्न एवरेज रिटर्न है, ये आपको कैसे पता चलता है? ये सिर्फ एनालिसिस से पता चलता है या किसी बेंचमार्क से कंपेयर करके पता चलता है?
हाँ, benchmarks.
Are you comparing it to a benchmark? What is the benchmark is what I'm asking.
Industry.
No, benchmark we can take as a
Industry.
Sensex or NSE.
Sorry? Yeah. So the index average return over the last good number of years has been 14.5 to 15%.
Correct.
Right? So you compared it to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now suppose you don't have that context. You're new to India. You've just been to a bank and you have a lot of cash. You have done, you've opened a savings account. You've gone ahead and done FDs, and you have tried to generate as much return as possible by investing in very safe securities in the bank. What is the highest you can generate in a bank by investing in securities that are sure you return?
6%.
What is 6%? 6% कहाँ से आया? किसका रिटर्न है 6%?
Banks risk free.
वो एफडी का रिटर्न है या
FD.
सेविंग बैंक? सॉरी,
FDs.
FDs, right?
Yeah.
So the 1 kg equivalent for a layman, 1 kg equivalent of investing for a layman is the best FD rate of return. थोड़ा गूगल करो और मेरे को बताओ what is the best FD rate of return that you are getting in Indian banks right now. Go ahead, tell me. हिरन, आप फॉलो कर रहे हो?
Yes, yes.
Himadri, are you able to follow?
Yes, I just joined, but I could sense what's being discussed here. So I have some. I mean, from FDs in India, it varies from 6 to maybe 9, but maybe 9 is for exceptional cases, whether it is age based or NRIs or maybe different factors will come. Maybe average is like 7 or 8. But my other question on when you're measuring whether it is index-based returns or any returns, when you're discussing 12 or 15 or stuff, the percentage is varied based on the context where it is. Like obviously in India now, how can we adjust that against? Should we consider inflation? Should we consider taxation on the returns as well? Because is the return I mean, the measurement should we include the measurement only on the returns, or should we also measure the impact of those returns as well, like whether it is inflation, whether it is taxation? Sometimes, like if you try to take more returns, but you have to pay more taxes on it, then you don't actually get the true return. Or sometimes the inflation itself might be higher, so that also will not give you the true return. So should we consider these things as well? Like if you're getting say 15% and 3% you're losing tax, or 2% you're losing tax, and 5-6% you're losing as inflation, then you are actually ended up in a true quantifiable return is maybe 6-7%. How can we include all of this
For
in the
simplicity,
measurement?
right now we consider pre-tax, and let's try to walk before we can run or swim or fly, and hence we will not compound the problem by getting inflation into the picture right now. We'll discuss inflation also later, but let's try to walk first. Okay.
Right.
So for simplicity, we take pre-tax return.
Okay.
Okay. So what's the highest pre-tax FD rate that you can get, guys, in India, irrespective of age group, NRI? What's the highest that you get in India? Let's take that as the
Banks
benchmark.
or
9%.
should we take NBFCs also? There are also NBFCs giving 9%.
Okay.
Freedom
Let's say
finance.
it is 9.5 or 10% if you are a senior citizen around. For I'm talking about NBFCs will give you, right?
Yes.
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 Hiral? Okay. For simplicity, let's take 10%. Okay. So 10% for simplicity is your best FD rate. And that's your benchmark. Okay. You can take the average market return also, but that's a secondary benchmark. This is the basic benchmark for anyone. If you're going to an old man who doesn't know equity markets, he's going to, and if he's logical enough, he's going to talk about, okay, in FDs, I can get 10%. What better can you give me? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? Okay, fair enough. Now let's see. So how do you calculate, how does a customer understand FD rate? Let's not compound the problem by getting different intervals. Let's do a simple interest calculation. Interest by principal is the rate of return.
Yes.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Srikant, Himadri,
Yes.
right? Interest is what you get for the principal. Now, what variant? Okay, let's go to the next slide. What is comparable to FD rate in investing? In stock investing. Okay. Which variant of price to earning is comparable to FD rate or interest by principal? Is it price to earning or a variant of price to earning? And which variant? What is equivalent to interest? Is it price or earning? In the equation of interest by principal.
Earning.
Earning,
Earning.
right?
Hmm.
Do you agree, Himadri?
Yes.
Yes.
It's 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you agree, right? Okay. What is similar to principal then? Price, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Assuming that we have bought it at a certain price. Okay. So price to earning always needs to be inverted, and you need to look at earnings yield. If you're doing per share, you will say earning per share by share price. If you're doing at a company level, you would say you don't have a lot of uh, different types of shares or dilution happening, then you would say net profit by market cap broadly. Does that make sense to all of you?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
So whenever you're talking about price to earning and people are coming to you and telling you price to earning of 20, what does it mean?
5%.
5%. That is the answer. Do we understand, Hiral, Pranay, Himadri?
Yes. Yes.
Price to earning of 20 is
Yes.
5%. Do we understand this? Himadri, do you understand it?
Yes, yes.
Inverse of 20 is 5. Okay. What is the percentage for 25 price to earning? Price to earning of 25 is equal to what percentage? Earnings yield? Quick, guys.
4%.
4%.
Right. Price to earning of 10 is how much in terms of earnings yield?
10%.
Absolutely.
10%.
Price to earning of 5 is how much by earnings yield?
20%.
Right.
20.
Did you get the relation? Why
Yes.
lower price to earning is good and higher price to earning is bad? When you just talk about price to earning, it will not make sense. But if you think like this, it will make sense. Right? What's the earning yield for price to earning of 50?
2%.
2%. Right? Do we get it now? Pranay, Hiral, Himadri, are we on the same page?
फिर just एक बार फिर से समझाए ना कैलकुलेशन थोड़ा
प्राइस टू अर्निंग अगर 20 है, ठीक है,
P
अर्निंग टू
ratio
प्राइस इज इनवर्स ऑफ 20.
just a second ना P is 20 P is equal to EPS by
If P by E is 20, E by P is 1 by 20.
yes
1 by 20 into 100 will give me percentage.
yes
If P by E is 50, 1 by 50 is how much? Pranay, how much?
1 by 50
1 by 50 into 100, right?
into 100
What is that in percentage?
2
Correct. If P by
Okay.
E is 25, what is earnings yield? How do you calculate?
1 by 20
1 by 25 into 100, right?
1 by 20 into 100
If P by E is 10, how much is earnings yield? 1 by 10 into 100.
1 by 10 into 100
Make sense?
yes 10%.
This is how you think about things.
Okay.
Okay. If you
Okay.
ever want to compare assets across asset classes, ask in simple terms. You don't want any hi-fi calculation. Just ask what is earning by price, or what is, say, for example, if I want to compare a real estate property that I bought for 1 crore and it's giving me an annual revenue of 4 lakhs, how much is my earnings yield? Pranay?
Pardon?
If I have bought a real estate
Hmm.
which annually is giving me a rental of 4 lakhs,
Okay, 4
and
lakhs.
I bought it for 1 crore, how much
4%.
is the earnings yield?
4%.
4%, right?
Yes.
What is the rental yield in India? Average rental yield in India?
2.5. 2.5. 2.5.
Yeah. Is 2.5 comparable to earnings yield of a company?
No.
It is. Broadly, it is. Your saving rate is comparable to earnings yield. Your FD rate is comparable to earnings yield. I understand that
Okay. It's too
earnings,
low.
a company tends to have an ability to increase its earnings, but that's the nature of equity. That's whereas in saving accounts or FD, you don't have that nature. But does it not? That does not hinder us from comparing those two,
Okay. Okay.
because
Got it.
there you are comparing apples to apples, percentage to percentage, return to return. That's the very reason. Please hear me carefully. Even at a price to earning of 25, which is an earnings yield of 4%, which is equivalent to savings rate of return in India, you are willing to buy a company which can grow its earning at 20-25%, right? Because you're buying it already at 4%. If it is increasing its earnings at say 18%, which is doubling every 4 years, forget the inflation part. Within 4 years, the numerator would have doubled, right, Pranay?
Yes. Yes.
And the denominator would remain the same because we are ignoring inflation for now, for simplicity.
Yes.
So your earnings yield from 4% within 4 years will go to 8%,
Yes.
right? And if you hold it for another 4 years,
It will
it will go to
12.
12
16.
or
16. Okay. 18.
16%, right? Right.
Yeah. Yeah. 16.
Do you get the logic now?
Yes. Yes.
All of us, do we follow?
Yes.
Srikanth, you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Thank you. Okay. Okay. That's a good way to broadly think about valuation. How can I use it to value different types of businesses? Okay. So now we'll look at only two different types of businesses. Valuation can be a very complicated session and a very long session where you will listen a lot and take away nothing. I've sat in sessions like that. And the end takeaway is nothing. Ultimately, valuation is about kitna lagana hai, kitna deta hai. Do we agree? Is valuation all about
Yes.
how much am I
Yes.
putting and how much am I getting net, right? So we'll use simple stuff and we'll use only two types of businesses, which is secular and cyclical. Okay. What is the difference between secular and cyclical business broadly? Secular businesses are not dependent on economic cycle or are relatively immune to economic cycle, and their sales and profits increase because they tend to have pricing power and they follow a unidirectional trend more or less. Do we agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Bread, biscuit, toothpaste, milk, or not milk, probably chocolates, tend to have this kind of a nature. Washing powder, those are simple secular businesses. Or for that matter, Gillette razor, shaving razor, sanitary pads, they all are something that will be needed irrespective of the economic cycle. And if somebody is in that business and has a good position, in that case, they are going to experience a unidirectional rise in sales and profits. So how do we go about valuing secular businesses? Do you remember how we used to calculate owner's earning? Do you all remember owner's earning calculation? I'm not going to ask you to calculate now, don't worry. You've done it enough number of times to have it in the back of your mind. Do you understand what owner's earning is? Guys, owner's earning?
Yes,
I hope
yes.
I'm audible. Hiral, Srikant, Himadri.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
What is owner's earning margin?
Yes.
Owner's earning margin. How do you calculate owner's earning margin? Owner's earning divided by what is owner's earning margin? Sorry. How do you calculate a margin? Gross margin कैसे calculate होता है? What is the formula for gross margin, guys?
COG,
Denominator is sales.
COG is by sales.
COG is by sales
S-
or
s-
gross profit by sales.
Gross profit. Gross
Right.
profit by sales.
So owner's earning by sales is owner's earning margin, okay?
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Like you calculate price to earning, similarly, can you calculate price to owner's earning? Is that possible to do?
Yeah.
Right? Simply estimate the average historical price to owner's earning and try to predict or put a number to what the prospective owner's earning is going to be whenever you plan to, till whatever period you want to hold a share. For example, you're planning to hold a company for the next 10 years. You're just planning. Okay. 10 years from now, what is the price to owner's earning going to be for this company? You put a number, be conservative there. Okay. Let's say we put 25. Okay. Why 25? Because 25 is 4% and it sort of makes sense. You can choose a higher number, but it's always advisable to be conservative when you are valuing companies. Okay. Are you following?
Yes.
Yes.
Project the owner's earning for the target year by using invested capital turnover to compute sales and multiply owner's earning margin to sales to arrive at the projected owner's earning for the target year. We'll try and do this right now. Okay. Multiply the projected owner's earning to price to owner's earning to arrive at price in the target year. Compute the CAGR between today's price and that day's price. Let's look at okay. Tell me which company you would like to compute the owner's earning for.
Any secular business we can take.
Tell me a secular business. Good. Somebody remembers the secular business part. Which secular business? Simply say one name.
You can
Sorry?
take Bikaji.
Bikaji. Let's take Bikaji. Bikaji. Okay. So for Bikaji, let's take the March 2024 numbers. Okay. For Bikaji, do you have the calculation for Bikaji, Pranay?
Checking.
Can you open it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you share your screen? I'll stop sharing. You share it.
Okay.
किसी का ओनर्स अर्निंग बिकाजी का आपने ओनर्स अर्निंग कैलकुलेट किया था प्रणय?
Yes, yes.
गुड. Okay, ठीक है. So right now the owner's earning he calculated is 97. 97. What is the sale in the current year?
This is 23.
Yeah. So what is the sale? Sales कितना था 23 में?
1944. Okay.
One. Let's say 100, not 93, 97 for simplicity. 100 by 1944. Let's take 5%. Simplicity के लिए या actual number ले लो, कोई बात नहीं. 97 by 1944 is how much?
Yes, yes, yes.
So we are doing owner's earning margin first.
5%.
5%. Are we clear,
Yes.
guys?
Owners to sales.
Yes.
Srikanth, Hiral, Himadri. Okay. Now
Yes,
from
yes.
here, at what rate do you expect their sales to grow? Just a minute. Give me a minute. Just switch off. Charging. Yeah. So at what rate do you expect the sales to grow from here? Put a number.
Okay.
You are saying
15%.
15%.
Yes.
That's average growth rate.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So 10 years from now, what will be the sales number? At 15%, money doubles in how many years?
5.
How do you arrive at it? How did Pranay
70.
arrive at it? He
72
arrived
by
at it using a formula called 72 by n. Okay. 72 divided by number of years will give you the the percentage that at which something will double in those number of years. And if you divide the percentage, you will get the number of years in which something would double. Okay. So in 10 years, how many times would that be? About 4 times. So the sales would be around 7864. Now multiply that with the owner's earning margin. Do you expect the owner's earning margin to expand or do you expect it to remain same, Pranay?
it will expand.
What do you think would be the stable owner's earning margin for this business 10 years from now? Understanding the business because you have read through it and done the numbers for it.
Mm.
Right now it is 5%. How much do you think it will be?
Mm.
Tell me.
6%.
Okay.
6.
Let's say 6%. 6% of 7864 is how much?
Just a second.
So are you all following?
No, what is
Guys,
the 6%?
So he's saying that right now the owner's earning margin is only 5%. 10 years from now, the owner's earning margin will be 6%.
Okay, fine.
Okay. That is his understanding based on his analysis of the company. Okay. So that gives us an owner's earning in the 10th year of the order of 471.82, 0.874, which is essentially 472. Fair point?
Yes.
So what is presently the price to owner's earning ratio for this company? Presently for 97 in 2003, how much is price to owner's earning right now? Divide the market cap by 97. Price is similar to market cap. Wait, I'll tell you. I'll tell you the price. Hang on.
7947.
17947 is the market cap. 17947 current market cap divided by 97 is how much? You put an X. Yeah. So it is 184 times price to owner's earning. On the face of it, is it overvalued or undervalued?
Overvalued.
Hiral, Srikant, Himadri,
Yeah, overvalued.
Hiral, Himadri.
नहीं समझा मुझे कैसे ओवरवैल्यूड
Okay. Market cap divided by current owner's earning is 184. 1 by 184 कितना होता है? 1 by 184 into 100. प्रणय करके बताओ.
0.5
1 by 184 का परसेंटेज निकालो. 0.5% का अर्निंग्स यील्ड है. क्या वो अच्छा है, बुरा है, पैथेटिक है, एकदम छीछी है?
pathetic
पैथेटिक, राइट?
correct
इसलिए वो ओवर वैल्यूड है, राइट?
yes
Do we all follow this, guys?
Yes.
That was just to show you how overvalued it is. Now let's say how much price to owner's earning ratio would be rational. Can you rationally expect 10 years from now? Pranay? You can do an average of history and all that, but how much would you expect?
60, 70.
60, 70? बॉस थोड़ा ज्यादा नहीं उम्मीद हो गया? हो सकता है, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता, but be rational. See, whenever you are estimating, underestimate.
Okay.
So that you don't fall flat on your face.
40 then. You can. 30.
चलो 40. ठीक है? 40 भी high है, but 40. ठीक है? If 40 is the price to owner's earning and the earning is 471.874, how much would be the market cap at that point in time? 40 into 471.84 into 40. Srikant, Hiral, Himadri, are you following?
yes
Okay. Now, 10 years from now, your expected market cap is coming as 18875 and presently the market cap is 17947. CAGR निकालो भैया. Pranay? Bikaji Foods. Now you understand why you don't look at Bikaji Foods.
Okay.
To the power 1/9 या 1/10.
10 years, no?
अच्छा ठीक है कर ले. ठीक है चल. कितना परसेंट आता है? परसेंटेज में कन्वर्ट कर. ए थोड़ा lenient हो गया. हिरल, what do you see? 0.5%. Srikant, do you follow? Himadri, do you follow?
Yeah. So if you do like this, we will get 0.5% after 10 years.
Correct. Hence the broad calculation.
Yeah.
Okay. To decide whether something is overvalued or not, you need not get into specifics. You will get an idea. Okay. Only when you are not sure whether it is overvalued, undervalued, then you should go and do the calculation. It's a judgment call. Okay.
Yes.
We'll do one more iteration. Now we'll do with somebody else's example. Who wants to volunteer? किसका ओनर्स अर्निंग कैलकुलेशन करके रखा है भाई आप लोगों ने बताओ. सेकुलर बिजनेस का. Not Pranay. Pranay, you can stop sharing. Let's do it with someone else. Hiral, Srikant, would you want to volunteer? Easy होगा. Don't worry, I'll guide you. हिरल आप शेयर करोगे? Hello.
If you want, I can do it.
Yeah, we'll come to you also. Hiral, I would want you to share,
Okay,
please.
fine. Yeah.
Hello, Hiral, am I audible? Don't worry, we'll figure that out. Don't worry about it. I think either she can't hear me. There must be some problem in the network. Okay, Shrikant, you can share.
Okay. Let me see. 1 minute. I'm trying to share my screen. You're able to see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can.
So, okay. So, example, we can take cables.
Sure. Cables is more an economic sensitive business though. Huh?
Okay. Then packaging.
Packaging also is economic sensitive. It is also cyclical.
Okay. QS,
QSR and snacks. QSR to a degree is immune. Snacks is more immune.
okay. Let's go to snacks. We can take something else. Okay. Let's take a I think well-known one then Britannia. Is it okay?
Fair enough.
Okay. So so this is the value. I got it.
So owner's earning divided by sales is how much for the year you have calculated?
1 minute. I need to find out. It's 16,300, right?
16,300.
Yeah. So I'll take it like this. Sales, OE by, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just you need not put minus.
Okay. Is it okay?
Yeah. Perfect. So how much is that percentage? 15%, around 15%, right?
Yeah, it's around 15%.
Right. So 15% is the owner's earning to sales for this company.
Yeah.
Now, 10 years from now, what is the sales growth you expect in the next 10 years? What is the
10%.
CAGR you expect?
10%.
10%.
10%. Yeah.
10% in 10 years is how much? 1360 is the current one number.
Yeah. 1630.
1630, sorry.
I think we calculated that
Thank
also.
God thank God I don't work in a valuation firm. They would have fired me for this.
No, I see here, I already estimated for 30. So this is the one.
So 10 years from now, it is going to be
38,435.
correct. So 38,435 into, do you expect the owner's earning to improve or deprove?
It would be the same. I would keep it like that only.
Will you reduce it or increase it?
I'll keep it same.
So let's apply 15% of that number.
Okay.
Now, what's the price to owner's earning that you expect for Britannia in that year? What is it right now? Let's check. What is price to owner's earning right now? I'll tell you the price. Wait. So,
Yeah.
Sorry. So the number is 141,457. 141,457 divided by 2398. That's how much?
59.
59.
Yeah.
So earnings yield is how much? 59. Owner's earning yield is how much?
Maybe 2%, I guess. Approximately.
Less than 2%.
1%. Yeah.
Less than
2%,
2%, right? Is it overvalued, undervalued? Or is it fairly valued?
2% is overvalued.
Overvalued, right? Correct.
Yeah.
So now that you have that idea, what is the price to owner's earning multiple that you will give 10 years from now? Considering the company would have matured, grown bigger, would have less prospects, blah, 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 and would have probably a weaker or a more formidable position, whatever your analysis says.
No, you are expecting future OE, right? What is?
I'm expecting future price to OE.
Okay, price to OE. Okay. So my expectation, at least it should be, if I'm maybe
Sorry?
8% or 10%, 8 to 10%. Sorry,
You're
59.
saying,
I got your point. So you are what is the value after 10 years for this one, correct?
right. What do you think it would be? Would it be 59, more than 59, less than 59? If yes, how much? Be conservative when you're doing this. Okay. The principle is to be conservative here.
Correct. I'll keep it as approximately same as 60. Let's assume that.
Okay, let's say you keep 60. Okay. So, but 60 is very high, huh? Ideally,
Okay.
you should keep it lower.
Okay. So I'll keep it as around 40.
Let's do with 60 for now. Let's do with 60 for now. We'll see what happens. Okay. With 60 price to owner's earning, how much would be the price at that point in time? 60 multiplied by 5654. which is the owner's earning. That is 3,39,000 crores.
Which is not
3,39,000.
very good.
Right. What is the CAGR compared to today's market cap? Today's market cap, I'll tell you, is 141457.
141
457.
457, right? Okay, so then I need to, what is the CAGR? Calculation? I forgot. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Can anyone share the link of the session on the group? Hiral, her laptop is shutting down. Pranay, could you do that, please? WhatsApp
Okay.
group पे share कर दे, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Somewhere I did the CAGR.
Arey, don't worry, we'll do it straight. I'll tell you the formula.
Yeah.
So, open bracket, 339, select that cell, divided by, okay, select that, close the bracket, to the power, open bracket, 1 by 9, close bracket, -1. That's it, enter. And now just percentage. Yeah. So even if you assume that the owner's earning multiple will not change, will remain 60, even with that, the return that you will generate, you're likely to generate investing in Britannia in the next 10 years is going to be 10%. Is that good return, average return, bad return?
Below average return?
It's bad return. You can get almost the same return in FD.
Yeah.
I know
Correct.
it's not tax equivalent, but we're talking pre-tax for simplicity.
Correct.
Okay. Got a hang of it?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Let's do for another company where Hiral will tell us. Hiral, okay? Correct? हेलो हिरन मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको? Okay, no problem. Did we get a hang of the process?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, got it now.
So, Hiral, did you get a hang of the process? You can use the chat if you're not able to speak. Himadri, did you get a hang of the process?
Yeah. Understood.
Fair. So, just give me a moment. I'll just share my screen. Okay, so that's how you compute for a secular company. Whereas for a cyclical company,
Hello.
actually it is not. Yeah, Hiral.
हाँ एक्चुअली आई वेंट टू मतलब मैं अपना फाइल ही ओपन करने गई और मेरा अभी तक हैंग ही हुआ है लैपटॉप और आवाज ही नहीं आ रहा है पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है मैंने
We'll do it
पर
separately. मैं
ओके
आपके साथ
पर
वो प्रैक्टिस हम कर लेंगे, बट आपने फॉलो किया?
वो एक ही कंपनी प्रणय वाला मैंने देखा तब से हैंग ही था पर मुझे वो कैलकुलेशन थोड़ा बहुत समझा। फिर मेरे पास वो
चलेगा।
बर्जर पेंट वाला कंपनी था, तो वो इसमें नहीं आता है ना, सेक्युलर बिजनेस में।
अभी आपका लैपटॉप में खुला है क्या?
हाँ, सामने खुला है मेरे पास।
ठीक है, बट इंटरनेट नहीं ज्वाइन हो रहा है।
नहीं हो रहा है, बार बार आवाज का प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, कुछ
कोई
पता
बात
नहीं
नहीं,
क्या हो रहा है।
आप मुझे बताते जाओ, ठीक है?
हाँ
तो we
हाँ।
see the idea is to do calculation back of the hand, इसलिए ज्यादा
राइट।
कॉम्प्लिकेटेड चीजें नहीं करेंगे, ठीक है? बर्जर पेंट्स का
हाँ।
आप मुझे बताओ ओनर्स अर्निंग कितना है अभी?
90.17।
90.17। और उसका सेल्स कितना है?
सेल्स ऑफ 23 ना, 10,568।
90.17 crores you're saying?
हाँ
10,168, okay. ओके, ये थोड़ा, ये काफी कम है, कोई और कंपनी उठाओ आप।
ओके।
Berger Paints actually is a paint company. It is relatively immune to cycles, but it is still not the most immune one. You can consider it secular, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. But
ओके।
it seems the number is off. 10,000 करोड़ के सेल में 90 करोड़ का ओनर्स अर्निंग बहुत कम है.
अभी दूसरा ओपन नहीं हुआ। वेट, ठीक है, आप नहीं तो आगे बढ़िए, मेरा वापस अटकेगा, अटक रहा है।
ठीक है, हम लोग सेपरेटली करेंगे, कोई
चलेगा, हम
दिक्कत
लोग करते हैं। हाँ
नहीं.
ओके।
Don't worry about it. We'll figure out. Okay.
यस।
Coming to cyclical businesses are not actually on a straight line, sinusoidal wave, but an inclined line where a sinusoidal wave happens. But the inclination of the line is not very steep. Okay, it's sort of this kind of a line where you have a sinusoidal wave. Just that it is not probably 45, 60 or 90 degrees, but it is more like 15, 30 degrees kind of a graph. Okay, or probably between 30 and 45. That's just to help you visualize how the profitability, the profits of the company varies across business cycles. A business cycle on average tends to be 8 to 10 years long. And so valuing a cyclical business is different from valuing a uh, secular business. See, secular businesses, even in the setup of portfolio management, tend to be very long-term bets, and cyclical businesses tend to be more opportunistic bets, depending on where the cycle for the industry is. So the idea is to buy at the turf and sell. I mean, buy at the crust and sell at the turf. Okay, buy low, sell high. Okay, so these are opportunistic bets. These till you find the okay. Yeah, we can talk about portfolio management, but some people are very good at finding such opportunities, spotting industries with the business cycles, the time they are able to time things well. I'm not a genius there, but I have my share of luck in terms of finding out such opportunities from time to time. Uh, Personally, I do not allocate more than 25% to cyclicals on an average at any given point in time uh, of my total portfolio. But yeah, I do, because uh, you can't always find 100% secular businesses. My ideal would be to find 100% secular businesses, but I'm not yet there. So uh, based on my customization, I look for cyclical businesses from time to time, and my idea is to buy low and sell high. Okay, so here, how do you go about it is different from secular business. The first is we don't get into owner's earning calculation, because cyclical businesses, you can get into owner's earning calculation here also and find an owner's earning margin, but that can vary wildly, because cyclical businesses during short periods can have very high capital expenditure requirement, which can skew the owner's earning number. Hence, I tend to more focus on net margin, which is net profit by sales. I look for identifying the average net profit by sales for a business. Say, for example, if I'm looking at steel industry and I'm looking at JSW Steel, uh, one of you, can you open JSW Steel on screener and tell me what is the average net margin for JSW Steel? Who will do it for me, please? So that we parallelly do it. Pranay, would you want to do it?
Yes, yes, downloading.
Hey, you don't need to download, guys. Ali screener code.
Okay.
Don't download anything. Just copy two lines: net profit and sales, PAT
Okay.
and sales.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and divide it, and just find the percentage, and then average. What's the average that you get? Why JSW Steel? JSW Steel is one of the emerging steel players, and it has given a tough competition to Tata Steel. So JSW Steel
6%. 6%.
6% is the average.
Yeah.
So we identified that the average uh, net margin for JSW Steel is 6%. What is the median invested capital turnover for JSW Steel? Do you have it calculated, Pranay, by any chance?
No, no.
No. Okay. So what you can do is you can copy sales as a line. You can copy net block as a line. Okay. And then copy receivables and payables. Sorry, inventory and receivables. And on the other liability side, you just copy trades payable and advance to customer, and then compute the number. Will you be able to do it?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait. You guys also can do parallelly if you want. No harm. So it is sales by net fixed asset minus net fixed asset plus uh, inventory plus receivable minus payable minus customer advances in brackets. Brackets ढंग से डालना because there will be lot of brackets. You do the calculation. I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Right. Done, Pranay?
Just a second.
Okay, sure. Pranay, you want to share your screen and do it?
Yes, yes, yes.
I'll stop presenting. You just do the formula for 1 year and you will be able to do it.
Yeah.
Just follow me, I'll tell you.
Okay, invested cap.
No. It's not net fixed asset, right? It is net working capital.
Okay.
No. You've written net fixed asset there.
Okay. Net working capital.
Net working capital. Okay. Just drag the formula.
So I've taken. Should take
Debtor plus inventory minus payable minus advances.
minus
If you don't
advance.
have advances, that's okay. No problem. It's a very small number.
This is right. Okay.
Just drag it. No. Drag the invested capital number. Huh?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Now just copy the sales number. Is equal to that. That's it. Enter. Drag it.
Net profit.
Sales by invested capital. Wait. Don't do it now. Sales by invested capital. Sales by invested capital is what, guys? Sales by invested capital is formula for which ratio, guys?
Invested
Invested
capital
capital
turnover.
margin.
Like invested capital turnover. So just do it. Get it to just 1 digit. Even that is okay. Okay, 2 digits are also fine. No problem.
Okay.
इसका average निकाल लो. Okay. Up 1 point. Follow me now. See,
Okay.
just multiply 1.11 to the recent years invested capital. How much do you get as sales? We are not taking the reported sales. We are taking the modified sales, which is average invested capital turnover multiplied by invested capital for that year. How much is that?
This, no?
Invested capital. No. Multiplied by invested capital, not sales. Yeah. How much is the sales coming?
1,41,495.
Correct. Now multiply. What is the average net margin? You calculated the average net margin, right? 6%.
Yeah.
Don't do
Yeah,
it
yeah.
again.
Okay, okay.
Just say 6%. Multiply 6% to what you got as sales.
Multiply 6% to.
To what you got as sales. कितना
Okay.
आया?
Okay. Okay, this should. So this should be
You
your
get,
net profit.
yeah, that's 8489 is your net profit. What is your average price to earning? Go to screener and see your average price to earning for JSWC.
This median. This no average 19.6, right?
How much is the average? Average you see is the dotted line. Just
Okay,
look at the
this.
dotted line.
Okay. This is
That would be the average,
something.
right? That's that's about
20.
between 10 and 15, 12 or 13, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's take 13 for simplicity. 13, 13 into earning is how much? Just look at 13 into earning. कितना आता है? 13 into net profit is how much? 13 is the average, and you're multiplying it to the average computed net margin. It is coming to
1,10,366.
what is the current market cap of the company?
2,20,000.
Right. Is it undervalued, overvalued? We not do anything of the future because we are trying to predict whether it is under. I mean, with cyclicals, you don't have a lot of forecasting power. Have you computed it right?
Yes.
Uh, profit into 13. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So that's what you got. Okay, whatever you got. 1,10,000, right? So is it undervalued or overvalued, guys? Shrikant, Hiral, Hemapri? What is the current market cap? It is 2,20,025, 225. Just mention 2,25,000. Correct. So the 2,25,000 is what the current market cap is, and this is what our valuation gives us. So is it undervalued or overvalued? Himadri, Shrikant, Hiral, are you able to follow?
Yeah,
Hello.
it should be massively
Overvalued.
Sorry, Hiral.
Overvalued.
Overvalued. Himadri, you said something?
Yeah, I said the same. Like it's massively overvalued. I just had one thing that that multiplication should be by 20, right? You said by 13, because I saw the average was 20.
Yeah,
Which
average
one?
is around 19 or something.
19 or 20, right? This average here.
Oh, I don't know what the average is. JSW Steel, I am seeing. Okay, okay, hang on. So he has taken 5 years average. I was taking max average. Okay. So
Okay,
the
okay.
average should be 20. Yes. Multiply it by 20 then.
Okay, okay.
Still, it is overvalued.
Yeah, still it is not reaching it.
Right. In
So in this, we
cyclicals,
should, to my understanding, so in case if the value is much higher, let's say instead of the current market cap is 22, let's say if this value is coming around say 30 or 30 lakh or so, then because still our interpretation of overvaluing or undervaluing should still be, because for cyclical it should be different, right? Because
no, no.
obviously it is undervalued, but we need to see that what is the potential. I mean, what are the hiccups that it can come through?
Yes, that you can always ask. That's a good point. You should always ask what will lead to the recovery and how it will happen and all that. But in principle, it is undervalued if it comes around 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs.
Right. Okay.
You should always check the path to recovery. Huh? And yeah, there are some people who will say, you should just buy before things get improved. I mean, in theory, you should. In practice, how great you are in that, I don't know. And I'm not great in that. So, so I don't do that.
Right.
Okay. Hiral, Srikant, you followed? You want to do one more example?
Yes.
Hiral, do you want to share? अभी आप screen share कर सकते हो?
नहीं श्रेय स्क्रीन तो शेयर नहीं कर पाऊंगी, लेकिन इसी में मुझे एक बार क्या मल्टीप्लिकेशन किसके साथ क्या किया स्टेप बाय स्टेप थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन हो रहा
Just
है.
करते हैं. एक मिनट. Srikant, can you share your screen?
Yeah, I can do that.
Hiral will do it. You just help her with the calculation.
Yeah.
You're able to see my screen?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, so you
Let's pick a cyclical company,
okay.
not snacks, cyclicals. We'll have to go to your folder. Yeah. So let's take auto ancillaries, highly cyclical.
Here.
Let's take Jamna Auto.
Yeah, I think I have all collated in one Excel sheet only.
Cool.
One minute.
No problem. Perfect. Lovely.
Okay, close. Jamna, right?
Yeah, Jamna. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what is the profit margin for Jamna? Average profit margin? Net profit margin.
Net margin is
69.
around,
Just compute that average.
yeah, around 6.
Around 6, right? 6%. Hiral, please follow. Okay. You can unmute
Yes.
yourself. The rest can mute themselves, please. Okay. So 6% is the average net profit margin. What is the average invested capital turnover for Jamna? It is above. It is above. Yeah. No, just above that. 3,
Yeah, this
5,
one.
6. Yeah. The
Yeah,
average
it is
is
around 3. Around
3. 3 is the average invested capital turnover. Multiply 3 with the recent invested capital. What is the recent invested capital? Just multiply, just
Into 3, right? This is the one.
uh, just divide sales by uh, invested capital. Current
The current.
sales by, yeah,
Okay.
you'll get the number. Current sales by invested capital. By the current invested capital, huh? By the recent years.
Yeah, this is the recent one,
No,
right?
not 3, not 3. What is the recent year? Okay, 3. Okay, fair enough. So it's 3.
Yeah.
So you get 775. हिरल मैंने सिंप्लिसिटी के लिए इन्वेस्टेड कैपिटल कंप्यूट करवाया है, ठीक है? आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो नेट फिक्स्ड एसेट प्लस नेट वर्किंग कैपिटल, which comes to 775. ठीक है?
Okay, yes.
Now he'll multiply 775 with 3 to arrive at sales. 775 into 3 is how much?
2325.
2325. 2325 multiplied by average margin is how much? Average margin was 6, right?
6.
Yeah, into 6%. Into 6%.
Ah, sorry.
140.
It's 13951. Okay. So now just open the what do you say? Screener. Open Jamna Auto. Just go to graphs. Yeah. Go to P ratio. Go to 10 years period. What's the average? 20, more than 20, right?
Yeah, around 24.
22. 24. Okay. So 24 multiplied by 139 is how much? देखो मैं प्राइस टू अर्निंग को एवरेज प्राइस टू अर्निंग को अराइव्ड एट नेट मार्जिन से मल्टीप्लाई करके उसका वैल्यू निकाल रहा हूँ, ठीक है? किरण,
हाँ, यस,
ये फॉलो किया ना आपने?
हाँ देखा.
अब इस नंबर को आप मार्केट कैप से कंपेयर करोगे 3348 compared to the market cap. Just come to screen. Market cap पे आओ. Market cap is 5428 and the number is 3438 or something. 3348.
Yeah.
So is
Overvalued.
it overvalued or undervalued?
Overvalued.
Correct. Cyclicals को ऐसे एनालाइज कर, मतलब ऐसे वैल्यू करते हैं.
ओके. ये जो 139.52 आया नाम है, जिसको हमने क्या किया है इसमें,
6%.
6% से मल्टीप्लाई किया है, वो चीज को क्या बोलते हैं?
Net margin.
6% नेट मार्जिन है, ठीक है?
हाँ, हाँ.
आपने नेट मार्जिन को एवरेज सेल्स से मल्टीप्लाई किया. एवरेज सेल्स निकालने के लिए आपने प्रेजेंट इन्वेस्टेड कैपिटल को एवरेज इन्वेस्टेड कैपिटल टर्नओवर से मल्टीप्लाई किया.
हाँ, मल्टीप्लाई किया.
यहाँ हमने घुमा फिरा के किया है क्योंकि हमें फिर कंप्यूट नहीं करना पड़ता.
करेक्ट.
775 मान लो कि आपको कैलकुलेट करके मिला, which is sales by net fixed asset plus net working capital.
Plus net working capital, correct.
ठीक है?
Right.
Net fixed asset plus net working capital was multiplied to average invested
Average
capital
sales.
turnover of 3 to arrive at average sales for
Average
that year,
sales.
which was then multiplied to average margin to arrive at average net profit for that year, which was multiplied to average price to earning over a long period to come to our value, our
Valuation.
intrinsic value.
Hmm.
Huh?
Hmm. Hmm.
Dekho, now you have to understand this. The value that we arrive at here, see, in the other calculation, we were arriving at a percentage. Okay?
Yes.
वो rate of return था secular वाले में.
Correct.
Cyclical में we are arriving at a number and that is called intrinsic value. Intrinsic का मतलब होता है आपके अंदर की औकात वाली वैल्यू, मतलब आपकी रियल वैल्यू. ठीक है?
Okay.
That you are, so that is more similar to character and you are comparing it to reputation, which is the market price or market cap.
Correct. Hmm.
And then you are saying, you know, my reputation is bigger than my character, so I'm overvalued,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Here guys,
Sure, doubt.
yes please.
फिर से एक बार how to analyze this market cap? So this 542 it is our market cap, right?
Correct.
And we have arrived at 3000.
मार्केट कैप कभी एनालाइज नहीं करते. 3348 जो हमने निकाला ना वो इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू है.
Okay.
बेस्ड ऑन आवर कैलकुलेशन. उसको मार्केट कैप से कंपेयर करते हैं. मार्केट कैप लोगों के ओपिनियन या रेपुटेशन की तरह होता है. 3348 is more like intrinsic value or character, which is based on calculation. Whenever intrinsic value is higher than market cap significantly, you have undervaluation in cyclicals.
Yes.
Okay. I have to tell you, Jamna Auto was one company that I bought in 2015. Okay. And I didn't sell it thinking that it's a good business, great management, monopolistic structure, very good. But ultimately, it was a cyclical business, right? No matter how good the business is, a cyclical business will have crust and turf, highs and lows. And I had to wait longer just because I didn't learn my lessons. And the lesson that I needed to learn was a cyclical business needs to be dealt like a cyclical business, not like a secular business. Got it?
Yes, no got it. So
Yes.
basically our intrinsic value here it should be 3000 and market is giving them 5000 value.
Correct.
Right.
You want to do another one? Or we are clear?
No, clear now.
Clear now.
Shrikant, we are clear?
Yeah, clear.
So, see, you know, we can go ahead and learn about valuation of insurance and banking and stuff, but let's not confuse ourselves to begin with. Let's do simple businesses. We can always get a hang of banking, insurance, and all that later. That's just probably a small section of the market in terms of investment opportunity. So don't worry about that. We'll focus on these, and whenever you're ready, we'll do a special class and we'll learn about valuing financials. Okay. Right now, let's keep it simple, basic businesses. Secular and cyclical. Okay, guys?
Yes.
Shrikant,
Yeah.
okay with that?
Yes.
Himadri, okay?
Yep. So basically, the calculation is different for secular and cyclical, and that's what is actually is already giving the intrinsic value differently because the calculation itself is different.
Because in secular, you're not carrying. See, in secular also you can calculate intrinsic value. Okay. The method would be to discount all the positive cash flows and come up with a value number. Okay. You can do that, but that won't give you enough practical idea like you're getting an estimated rate of return. Okay, it uses the same principle of discounting. It's just that it is making things simpler for you. Whereas in cyclicals, you are directly computing the value.
Right.
Okay. Also, when you're looking at valuation, you should also always have a margin of safety. So what do we mean by margin of safety? If your acceptable rate of return is 18%, you should not accept anything that is at least 21 or 22%, because you would have some calculation errors, or you would have made some judgment errors. You get my point?
Right.
So if a bridge is to carry load of 1.5 million tons, it is built to carry a load of 2 million tons, just so that you could have made a mistake and that mistake could cost someone their life or a lot in business, and a lot in business. So margin of safety actually is a concept of portfolio management, which I'm introducing before. Are we clear, guys? Is
Yes.
valuation difficult or easy?
So just doubt on owners and the earnings margin expected. How we can get this number, or how we
So
can
good question. For that, you'll have to do enough number of businesses. You'll have to read more businesses. You'll have to practice more.
okay.
Okay. So if you ask me, how did you arrive at owners earning? When I bought Vector, I didn't take the existing owners earning margin as the margin. I said the owners earning margin at any given point in time is going to be more than 10%. I took 10%. I just projected the sales, and I said, you know what? I didn't even project the sales. It was very simple. The business was at that point in time generating some 800 or 900 in terms of annual revenue, and it was close, not 800 900, it was close to 1000. So I said 1000 is the sales current, and at 1000 sales I'm multiplying owner's earning margin of 10%, which is how much? Owner's earning
100.
100. The business was selling for 1600 to 1700 crores. So 16 to 17 times price to earning. 1 by 16 is how much? One by 16 is how much?
Close to around
6.25. 6.25.
6.25. Okay. At that point in time, the FD rate was similar to 6.25. I said at 6.25, I'm getting a business that is earning at least 6.25 and has potential to only grow from here, because it's a secular business and it is trying to go from a regional brand to a national brand. So I said, at least I can expect a growth of 18% CAGR. Let's not take inflation into the calculation and double that number for my holding period of 12 years. Okay. Doubling in every 4 years. So 6.25, 100 crores becomes 200 crores in 4 years. 200 crores becomes 400 crores in 8 years. And in 12 years, it becomes 1600 crores, right?
Right.
1600 crores I was getting for 1600 crores. I was getting 100% return on real earning. Okay. I didn't even calculate what the prospective price to owners earning of 12 years would be. It was a no-brainer bet. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Are you able to follow the calculation? Srikant,
Yes, yes.
Hiral, Himadri,
Yeah. Have another general question. I'm just thinking the difference between the secular and cyclical. You mentioned about like a lot of FMCG. Can you give other examples, like what other things are secular? Because everything looks more cyclical. What are other
Good.
secular apart from FMCG?
Very few things in the world are secular. Most things are cyclical.
Right.
So,
So you see only
that's
FMCG as major industry? Or?
no, FMCG is not the only thing that is secular. There are things that are secular. You will need to figure out that for yourself. You tell me what do you think is secular apart from FMCG.
I think I don't know about, but normally for humans, which are very essential, is food and some clothing or things that will always consume, and maybe medical transportation. These are like very essential, right? Even transportation, I believe, is very
Transportation is essential, but transportation activity tends to increase and decrease with uh, economic activity.
what about like medical uh,
Yes. As
like
long as all the medicines that are needed are uh, more like preventive in nature, and uh, it's assured kind of that only that brand is going to sell or have a decent market share. You are right in saying that FMCG is a very broad definition. Okay, usually food companies or established food monopolies are the ones that are secular businesses or anything to do with skincare. If, broadly, FMCG is the category that is uh, actually secular in nature. There are things that can be secular because if you start thinking in terms of secular terms, okay, for example, a gas distribution agency which distributes to only retail is going to be secular in terms of demand, but not secular in terms of supply. Okay, so if they are able to sort of hedge their, uh, if they have an assured source of gas, uh, and they don't have to worry about it, the volatility of the price, then that is also secular, right?
right.
Right. Another example would be, uh, see, see, secular actually is a nature, and if you see, food businesses only have mostly generated returns. Uh, Even if you see Warren Buffett's portfolio, you would see more food companies or more Coca-Cola kind of companies that have been there. Coca-Cola, Dairy Queen, and all these sorts of companies. Or even companies that have AMC sort of revenue, which are very necessary. For example, uh, Screener as a business model is secular or cyclical?
That's like investors. They're selling to people who want to invest, right? It's a SaaS. I think they will. I mean, there will always be demand, but I think it is cyclical because maybe there, if the market tends to be down, nobody is maybe analyzing the businesses and want to. Now, everywhere you will find some fault where it will go down.
Fair enough. So, Srikant, Pranay, you have been using Screener for a long time. Tell me if it's secular or cyclical.
Basically, it is used by us limited or some investors community.
Correct. But
For
the people
them,
who pay are loyal about it. They find a lot of value and they'll keep buying. They're not people who trade. They're people who
yeah.
invest, right?
So from that perspective, we can see it can be secular. If
Yes,
if we see if we see those customers tracking.
correct. Srikant, what do you think?
For me, it looks like an secular because if it market is down, the loyal people use more
Correct.
because
Okay.
they need the because that is when they normally invest.
Okay. Okay. So is a doctor's business secular or cyclical?
Secular.
Secular.
Maybe.
He's a
Unless they are
general physician. Let's say a child specialist or a general physician, not a surgeon.
Secular.
secular.
You know, now do you understand why the donation for medical is way higher than that of engineering?
Always engineers are cyclical.
A doc, and that's why people keep telling, he's a doctor, he's a big thing. Was because his business doesn't go down, right? So in pockets, you will always find some SaaS businesses, for example, some software that you use, which is very vital for you. Tell me one software that you have bought even in the economic downturns. You've paid for it. Is there any software like that? Okay, forget software. Netflix subscription. Is it secular or cyclical? Those who are addicted to watching.
Secular.
I think in nature it is cyclical, but because they made a different model of business out of, normally entertainment is should be cyclical, but because they made a business model which is so low
Exactly.
and the value is so high, so it is becoming like more of secular.
Exactly. So that's how you make people perceive that there is a lot of value. Do you know in retail is a cyclical business? Do you agree to this?
Yeah.
Right?
It's so
Just
much
but
cyclical that during the first week and the last week of month is high than the middle of the month, even in a normal. It is so
fair
cyclical.
enough. Just look at on online shopping also is cyclical,
Yeah, definitely.
correct? Is Amazon Prime membership, selling Amazon Prime membership, a business model differentiation to make a cyclical business secular?
Yeah, I think they're trying that way. Yeah, I would say
They
so.
are, they've succeeded to a great extent, boss. They've done a great job. Similarly, in brick and mortar, just go see Costco, a retailer in the US. Just compare it with Walmart, and you will see that even brick and mortar can be very secular business model. Brick and mortar retail also can be a very secular business model. If you're willing to make tweaks, that will make it secular. What is secular? Secular is ensuring that you have a sustainable flow of cash flow coming to you, which is ever increasing. Correct? Right?
Right.
You can do it by selling liquor. You can do it by selling cigarettes. You can do it by selling drugs. I mean, it's unethical, but it is a secular business for the people who run it like a business, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Selling
So
selling things that are used in puja is that a secular business or a cyclical business?
Cyclical.
It is the most secular business. You I mean, I understand the Diwali Puja stuff. There is cyclical component, but for example, if you're selling agarbattis, is it secular or cyclical?
Cyclical.
Secular, right? A pandit is the most secular business. In fact, in the downturn, people will do more puja, right? Fear is what drives that industry, not God. God created it for God. Right now, it is fear that is driving the industry.
So I think based on what you are suggesting, like maybe it's becomes harder to understand the secular and cyclical because it's more of interpretation. But can we mathematically or find out a calculation that can tell us, like for example, like
There is
how
no
Amazon.
There's no mathematics to find it out. It's a judgment based one.
It's a judgment, but can we get the judgments based on some numbers, like not exactly by a formula, but like, are we saying that secular means you should be able to maintain revenues over a period of 10 years, your revenues don't go down, or your profits don't go down, like
You can
5-year
put
period,
all that,
10-year period?
and those if investing was all about history, librarians would be the best investors. They are not. Okay. If investing was about IQ, and which are IT engineers, would be the richest folks. Are they? Oh, it's not something that is programmable or can be tested with a formula. Yes, you can put a formula to kind of screen things, but you can't be certain uh, with a formula. It's a judgment based call. It cannot. I mean, it cannot be automated. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I mean, not 100% by a number, but yeah. But sometimes, like the problem with judgment is like we tend to judge based on very little inputs, and that might be a wrong judgment. So how can we make our judgment better is like by looking at more data or more inputs and then make a better judgment, right?
See, more data does not make you a better judge. Uh, more data only increases the noise. Knowing what data to look at and what data to ignore and how much data is sufficient to make a call is what distinguishes good judgment from bad judgment.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
not about more data. It's never about more data. If it was about more data, big data would have made us all geniuses, and we would have IT folks ruling the world. But it doesn't happen like that. It's still the financiers who rule the world. Why? They have better judgment, and they use the judgment in the right area. Right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. What data to look at, and based on that, should make the judgment.
That's about quality of judgment. That's not about quantity of judgment. Okay. I think we have had a very
Right.
good discussion. Thank you, guys.